Welcome to the Songwriting Webinar. I am so excited about this topic because I love composing music and I love sharing it with others, and I love to see their face when they play it and they're excited about it. I also love the process of writing and just being creative. So let's go ahead and discuss what we'll be talking about today. First, we want to ask the question, why should we write music? Number two, what stops people from getting started? How do we remove these barriers? Then we're going to watch the process of actually notating music, and then we'll watch the process of sharing that music. I will share 2 songs that I wrote this week, and then I'll share 2 songs that students have written. And then last, we will just touch on the process of improvisation. So let's first talk about why should we write music. I like to think of music as a language. Now, when you are learning a language, you sometimes forget how much work it took to understand that language. But if you learn a foreign language, it's much easier to remember. And you can remember the frustration of not understanding what anybody's talking about. But when you understand that language, it opens a world of communication for you. You can understand what's going on. Well, just because you understand doesn't mean that you can speak. So when you learn the skill of speaking, which is a lot of work, it opens a world of two-way communication and benefits you enormously. But just because you can speak doesn't mean you can read. Now imagine if you couldn't read your language. When you've learned the skill of reading, it really has impacted your life and how much joy you get out of life and what things are now open to you. But just because you can read doesn't mean you can write. When you acquire all 4 of these attributes of the language, you're considered literate in that language. Well, music is very similar. The first step to understanding is you can listen to music, and it's a universal language, so everybody can listen and they can feel the pleasure of music just without even working, really. It's just something that's innate across the entire world. But just because you can listen doesn't mean you can play music. That is a skill that takes a lot of effort. But those who have learned that skill receive a great amount of pleasure being able to play music. And just because you can play doesn't mean you can read music. So when you learn to read music, it opens up a world to you of discovery, being able to play different people's songs and really enjoy a lot more music. Now we get to the tricky part. Just because you can read music doesn't mean you can write it. And I would say there's very few people in comparison to how many people can write music as people can read music. So why do we get stuck there? If you look back at the history of Western music, I want to talk about the significance of writing music. We look back at these composers. They are masters: Bach, Mozart, Beethoven. These composers have written their music down, and that music has been preserved in a format that other people can learn to play their songs. And millions of people since have played their music and enjoyed it. Let's take in contrast to other civilizations that did not have a notation system that could be shared. It is really kind of sad that we have lost so many cultures in their music variety. Can you imagine how cool it would be to go back in history and just maybe take a tape recorder, just hear some of the best art that they produced, and then take it back into our modern world and be able to play that? But we can't. We've lost it. The difference is, in this one part of the world, their music was notated and they were able to preserve their music, whereas the rest of the world, we don't have it anymore. So why do we have that written notation? Well, let's back up a little bit in history. Musical notation in the music of so-called Western civilization first appeared by the 9th century in the form of little mnemonic writings above the text of the chant that was sung in church by the clergy. So we really have the Catholic Church to thank for this, because they had a problem. They needed to share their music between different congregations throughout multiple countries. And so they started figuring out this process little by little. By the 10th century, these markings had become increasingly ornate. And as these markings became even more complex, it became necessary to add a horizontal line through them to provide a pitch reference. By the 15th century, the staff of 5 lines had become established as a common notation practice. And by the 17th century, J.S. Bach was writing scores of music that have been printed and now performed all over the world by millions of people. By the 19th century, publishers were using the printing press to mass produce composers' music. And today, modern music notation software allows the masses to notate their own music, and the internet allows them to share their art across the world almost instantaneously. So what stops people from actually getting started? And in my experience, the number one reason, survey says, it's the lack of skill in notation. They are scared to death of trying to learn how to notate music. Well, that's probably the number one problem, but then there's also the lack of skill in improvisation. They don't know how to make it up and play it, but even if they did, then they still don't know how to put it onto paper so other people can learn it in an easy way. So how do you remove these two barriers? Well, you could go to college and get a degree in composition like I did, but you can do this in really just a couple of hours. It doesn't take years and years of study to write a song. So the easiest way to think of this is project-based learning. Instead of taking it piece by piece, you come up with an overall project that's really motivating and that's doable, something that you can do. Just as an example, we write a song, we share your song, and then you see how many people view your song. So I came up a few years ago with the Christmas Songwriting Challenge that we have started. Now it's it's annual. So every year we come in and people can write a song, they can upload their song into Piano Marvel, and then they can share it with the world and then watch how many people play their song. And it's really important to take just very small steps and write a very simple song. Just get through the process once, and then it will unlock your ability and your creativity. So write your simple song, just click on the upload button and share it to the Christmas challenge so other people can play it. And there's a leaderboard where you can see how many people have played your song. So this is Elodie. She wrote a song called Snowflakes when she was 8 years old, and in the last 2 weeks there were 89 plays on her song and 94 total minutes with 8 golden tickets. The tickets means that there were 8 people that played it to perfection, or at least to 96% perfection, which is pretty cool if you think about it. An 8-year-old having their music out there for the entire world to be able to come in and play. It'd be really fun to have somebody watch them play your song as an 8-year-old. That would be kind of cool. We're also going to watch the process now of notating music, and it's so much easier than you think it might be. The next step is we'll watch the process of how to submit your song to the Christmas Challenge. And then I will demo 2 songs that I wrote. One of them is called The Reindeer Sea Shanty, and the next one is Christmas is a Mess. Really, really fun, and I have shared this to the world so you can go play these songs too, and you can print the music. Let's also talk about the 2 songs that we had from composers. This song called Things Change was by a 13-year-old composer, Miley Garner. And this one is I believe she's a 9-year-old composer. Elodie wrote Happy Halloween. Really cool composition, and we'll share that with you today. Last of all, we're just going to touch on the process of improvisation. I say we'll touch on that because that could be a webinar of itself. So let's jump in first with sharing my first song. This one is one that I wrote, 3 days ago. and then I recorded it yesterday. But what inspired this song was I started I started learning this poem. It's called Rindersella, and everything in the poem is mixed up. It's upside down, backwards, and it's a lot of fun. And I tell this to my students because it gives them some giggles and stuff. But it kind of plays with your lystexia a bit. Get your merds wixed and your meters lixed. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to tell you this poem, and then I'll show you the song where I kind of did the same thing with Christmas. All right, so the poem starts this way. Once upon a time, in a corn country, there lived a beautiful girl. Her name was Rindersella. Now, Rindersella lived with her mugly other and her two sad blisters. In that same corn country, there lived a pransome hince. Now, that pransome hince decided to throw a fancy fall. He invited people from Rylesemand, especially the pitch reaper. Rindersella could not go to the ball because all she had to wear were some old ruddy dags. So she just cat down and scried. She was a kitten there a-scrying when all of a sudden her Gary Fod mother appeared and waved her wagic wand. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there appeared a kigboach with hicks white sources to take her to the Bancy Fall. But now, she said to Rindersella, Rindersella, you must be home before midnight, or I'll turn you into a tumpkin. So the next day, Rindersella went to the Bancy Fall, where she and the pransome hince danced all night till midnight. Suddenly, the mid-clock struck night. Rindersella steeced down the rairs, and just as she reached the rodham, she slopped her dripper. Now, the next day, the pransome hince went all over the corn country looking for the beautiful girl who slopped her dripper. He went to Rindersella's house, and he tried it on the mugly other. It fitted it. He tried it on the two sad blisters. It fitted it. He tried it on Rindersella, and it fitted it. In fact, it was exactly the sight rise. So, Rindersella and the pransome hince were married and lived heavily afterward. Now, the story of the story is this. If you ever loll in fub with a pransome hince, be sure and slop your dripper. All right, so it was a very fun poem. I love telling that to kids. It's really fun. But it got me thinking, what if I could do a fun Christmas song that people could play and just kind of be silly and backwards? So I'm going to show a video of the song that I wrote Friday. I wrote a Christmas song this weekend, and it's called Christmas is a Mess. Everything is backwards. Hope you like it. Grandma got ran over by some eggnog. All I want for Christmas is your two front teeth. Rudolph's kissing Grandma, Batman laid an egg. Frosty's still a snowman with a butt and nose. You can build a snowman, pretend he's Parson Brown. That won't change a thing, 'cause Christmas is a mess. Grandma got ran over by some eggnog. Somehow after COVID something ain't right. Comet won't go back to work, and Cupid thinks he is an elf. Donner changed his name to Blitzen, which is confusing, because now there are two. Just the other day I looked up in the sky, and my oh my, Rudolph's chasing Santa's sleigh. It just got away. Christmas is a mess. Did you know the Christmas alphabet has no L? All I want for Christmas is your teeth. Rudolph's kissing Grandma, Batman laid an egg. Frosty's still a snowman with a butt and nose. You can build a snowman, pretend he's Parson Brown. That won't change a thing, 'cause Christmas is a mess. Christmas is a mess. All right, what did you think? I wrote that in a hurry. It did it was a lot of fun, and I just kind of got carried away, and I started thinking of students that could play that. So when you write music, you need to really think of your audience and who you're writing it for. Would you guys like a copy of that song? Let me show you how that I can share, and you can share your music with other people, and you can get them to play it. So first of all, I'm going to go share my screen. When you go to your Piano Marvel account, there is this little button here called Share and Upload. When you click it, it will bring up a tab, and it will allow you to upload music. You have this button down here at the bottom, Upload a New Song to Beta. You can even create books and bundles, which I did do. Another one that I want to share with you today, it's the sea shanty, this reindeer sea shanty. And then inside of that bundle, you can actually just drop your songs in here to organize that. And so when I go into Piano Marvel, you see the bundle right here. It's got a thumbnail, and you open it, and it has those 3 songs in there, the primo, secondo, and the duet. So I am working on this new one now that I put in called Christmas is a Mess. So there it is, and I can edit the song, I can copy it, I can view it. The one thing that I want to do right now is I'm going to click on this share button, and if I click on this or I copy that link, that will actually take me to my song that I just uploaded. And when you upload your own song, you're going to have your very own page that you can share with people. You send them to here, and then they can click on this and they can learn the song. And what's really cool about this is right now, these songs, if they go into the Christmas challenge, are absolutely free for your friends. Everybody can use them for free. So let me show you the Submit to Christmas Challenge button. How you do that is you click on this little button here that says Submit to the Christmas Challenge. When I click on it and I click Submit, you can see it has a little present on there. So now this says this song has been submitted to the Christmas Challenge and is pending review. So now I want to show you what happens when you do that. The pending review actually comes to me in a message. The Christmas contest awaiting approval. I'm going to search for all those pieces, and you can see there's a number of pieces. There's the Christmas is a Mess one that just got added. I can approve this, or we can reject it. So this one, I'm just going to go ahead and approve it, and that will send an email to me as the user that my song's been approved. If I open this user songs, look at this, it did work, and it has a little ticket on there. So every song that comes in here, you can get golden tickets, and now everybody has access to the song. If you want to print this song, you just go down to the options button and you click the print, and I've actually uploaded a print version of this song that you can print off and play. One of the processes that I do when I'm learning the song is I take this in Piano Marvel and I just uncheck the top part and I highlight just the part that I want to practice, hit the practice mode, and then I turn on this little looping tool and I just start practicing through. If I play a wrong note, it'll show me. The looping does is it gives you the score in the top, 74%, and I can just keep practicing that and it'll just start over and over. And I just played a couple wrong notes there. See if I can get it right. And you can just do this on and on until you get whatever score you want. But what I do is I start practicing my lyrics, and I will just grab just a part that I want to practice. Let's say I just want to do this part right here, and I want to stop just right there. Then I'll sing, Grandma got ran over by some eggnog, and you can go as slow as you need. And then just repeat that, Grandma got ran over by some eggnog. Grandma got ran over by some eggnog. So when you feel comfortable with that, then you can just grab the next section and just start working on that, and then you can put both of them together. It's an amazing practice tool, and this is one of the things that helped me learn this song really fast. So I shared another song that I want you guys to see real quick. This is called the Reindeer Sea Shanty. And now this one is designed for younger students for a recital. And I will just go ahead and just show you the duet version. You can imagine the top line is what the student will play, and I'm going to play the teacher accompaniment. I need to uncheck the melody so that I can just play my part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Santa Claus came to see what gifts to bring to you and me. You might want a new guitar, but I just want a drum. Soon may the reindeer come, bringing Santa with my drum. Then when the deed is done, he'll take his sleigh and go. He'll take his sleigh and go. And if you want to print that, you just click on the print button, and you have a copy of the print music that you can have. Now, one of my favorite quotes is by Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And how many people do you know say they want to write a song, but they never get started? They just put it off. Don't wait till next month or even next week. It only takes a couple of hours to be successful, and we'll break it down for you step by step, really easy. Every resource you need is in the link in the description below. Let's go ahead and get started right now. This is going to be one of your best resources. You're like, yes, I want to get started, but how do I do it? If you click on this, and over here you see a video and a PDF. I'd go ahead and watch this video, and this PDF will be like, hold on to this, because it's a step by step how to make this super simple. The first step that we're going to do is we're going to remove all of these stumbling blocks that keep you from writing. So we'll talk about using notation software. Second step is how to write a background accompaniment. Third step is how to share your song, and the fourth step is to get in there and share your song. I showed you some of that already, but this right here, step 1, is a 10-minute video that will walk you through how to use notation software. Super, super easy, and all you have to do is just copy it. The second step is how to add some cool backing tracks to make it more fun. How to upload it to Piano Marvel in 8 minutes. This video shows you in 6 minutes how to prepare your song for easy learning, like chopping it into learning segments for other people, and then how to share your song in 2-minute video. The next step is creating an arrangement of a well-known Christmas song, step 4, and then creating an original Christmas song is that final step. So I think the easiest thing to do would be go through and just start off very simple. Step 1, we give you this assignment to just do Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then step 2, you'll add the flute, bass, guitars, and drums. Just super easy, just teaching you how to use notation software. And then step 3, you export an XML and a MIDI. The video will show you just how to do it. Also the PDF, how to create a thumbnail so your song looks pretty, and then a video, which is optional, and then also how to test that everything works. Let's see this in action. MuseScore we chose because MuseScore is free. Anybody can get this for free. Um, how hard is this going to be to actually put into action? Let's watch it. I think I'm going to spotlight you, Josh,
Okay.
and let me remove my spotlight. Okay, Josh, so your assignment is to go in and do a song. Did you pick a song that just a real short snippet of a song that you could put in?
Yeah, I thought we'd do Joy to the World.
Perfect. All right, can you share your screen with us, and we'll just watch you go through the process.
Yeah, so you should be seeing my screen now. So we're in MuseScore. This is MuseScore 4. Can you see everything?
Yes, I do see it.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, once you go into MuseScore 4, um, you'll need to choose what instruments you want. So in the goal of keeping things very simple, we'll just say we're gonna just do a piano song. So we'll say piano. We'll add it to this side. We'll say next. And honestly, you could
Oh,
just press
this.
done.
Well, hold
But
on. This is where some students could get stuck because they don't know what 4/4 time is or what key signature is and stuff. So, what do you
yeah,
recommend?
well, if I went back, there's a done button, so they could have skipped this. But if you did press next,
Mm,
like I did here, if you know this, you can go ahead and just click, put it in. Like the only thing I really know right now is this is only going to be, like 8 measures long. So I'll just say 8 measures.
we'll keep it
I
in
don't really
4/4
know
time,
any of this
C
other
major.
stuff right now. I think it's going to
Okay,
be in that, and I think it's going to be in that, but it doesn't really matter. So if you don't know, just press done. It's totally cool.
because you
And
can
it's going
change
to
it
open
later.
up, yeah, you can change all that kind of stuff later. So it'll open up something, a little bit like this. And yeah, we're just going to write the melody. So we all know, I mean, I told you earlier, I got into piano because I wanted to write music. I know that Joy to the World is a scale. Da 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 da. It's just in a different rhythm. So now maybe you don't know the rhythms. You can sit here and figure it out. I think it's worth mentioning, Aaron, that the
Hmm.
more piano music you play, like I learned how to do this kind of stuff from going through. Honestly, it was going through Piano Marvel, figuring out rhythms. But we'll just jump right into it. So we're doing a scale. So, so we'll just go ahead, maybe listen to how this sounds so far, just so we can hear. So, let's start it back at the beginning. Bop. So we want another one to be maybe right there. And I know that I'd like it to be a dotted because one's not going to be enough. So we'll just go ahead and listen to this real quick. So if I put the next note of the scale,
How do you make
how
that a
do you make
dotted quarter
a
note?
dotted quarter note? So you just actually click a dot
On your keyboard?
on your keyboard. Yeah, you just on your actual computer keyboard. You just click a little dot,
Nice, nice.
and you can already see now it's kind of taking shape. All right.
And that
So
next
then
note's going to be
going to be
one, two, three beats.
so 3 beats. So that's going to be another dot. So we'll go click on this button, make sure my whole half note's selected, and then I'm going to click a dot. And again, it's a scale, so C, B, A, G. And then the next note in the scale would be 2, 3, bump. So F. And then it's going to be easy from here on out, rhythms wise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's just going to be half. So undo is your friend.
Control Z.
You can do it there, or you can memorize the shortcut like I have. But yeah, so now we should have something like this.
Now this is really easy for piano teachers, right? But students, this could be completely foreign for them. This could be a process of really understanding the mathematics of piano or of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to take a lot of trial and error, but I think kind of like what I've said, and what you've said, like it's definitely a learning curve, but I think there is, I mean, I've written some songs well before I started learning the piano that were, just voice memos or a video, and it's cool. You have the idea. I even have some of them that I've written recently. Now that I'm more established, if I can say that. And since I didn't write them out, I don't know exactly how I played it, and so figuring that
Right.
back out is going to be, it would be a process. So that's the beauty
Yeah.
of writing it down from a songwriting, from a composition standpoint. If you want to play it again later, you're going to have it written down for posterity, if you will.
Well, well,
So
Josh, I wanna play your song in Piano Marvel and get you a golden ticket. Do you want to finish it up real quick and then upload it?
yeah,
We can see the rest of this process real quick. Just da
one,
dun da
two,
dun da
three.
dun. Just maybe finish that.
So I'm trying to just figure out how it would look. So, do 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 do
Four,
do
one, one.
do do do. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. Let's just get in there and figure it out.
So it's just gonna
So
be
it's just gonna be
four, one,
four,
two,
one,
three.
two, three. Yeah, so this is
Four,
gonna be
one,
on
one.
the 4, I believe, right? So this is actually a dotted.
Do
Do
you do
you
you use
do
a
you use a
keyboard to help
keyboard
you?
to help you? I don't. I mean, I do in some softwares, but for MuseScore, I was actually looking at a video earlier to see how to make it easier because you can definitely. I've made videos on it too for how to do that with Finale. Um,
I play
because I
around
play
with my
around with my
keyboard all the
keyboard all
time
the
though.
time, though.
Like just
Like
to get the
just to get the
notes.
notes.
Just know, oh, that's
No,
a
oh,
G to A. I try it out first on my keyboard and then put it in.
yeah, definitely.
All right, let's
All
go
right,
ahead
let's
and
go ahead
put
and
the last
put the.
part in and upload it.
Yeah. So to be honest, I'm having a little shock right now. Okay, it was kind of what I thought. So this needs to be changed from that to actually a dotted. So let's go put it in. Dot. Now we gotta figure out the notes. So like you were just saying,
G to A.
so it's G to A, just like you said.
Oops.
1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And then it's gonna be the same pitch. And then dotted. 2, 3.
And I'm glad you're taking this slow for everybody because, sometimes you get so good at doing this that you don't realize it takes a bit of practice. And so you just whip it out real fast.
Definitely. So here we go.
Okay. Hey, before you um, upload this, can you add some lyrics real quick?
Yes, definitely. So
Because that's something that
lyrics.
people should really know how to do.
So I was figuring this out earlier today. If you click on this first note, on the Mac, you do Command L, and it
And
adds
I
a
think it's
lyric
Shift L
text.
on Windows.
Or is it Control or Alt? It's probably Alt L, right?
If you forget, you can always Google it. Like Google
Yeah, for
anything you
sure.
need.
For sure, for sure. So
Yeah.
anyways, so Joy. Oh, it's because I admitted someone. So we'll do Joy
Yeah, I'll go ahead and admit people
to
so you don't have to worry about
the
that.
world.
The world? World?
The Lord. Is it has or is come? I
Is
think it's
come.
is.
Yeah.
Is come. Let earth receive her king.
All right.
So
That was so
now, if you
fast and
wanted to
easy.
just, I know. If you wanted to listen to it, here we go. All
Now,
right,
I
so
don't know, we could We could get into chords right now, but let's skip the chords. Let's just get the song uploaded and let some people go ahead and play it. Anybody who's watching currently and has access to Piano Marvel, I'd like you to play Josh's score, and we'll see if we can get him a bunch of tickets. You guys ready?
You think it's
Let's
worth me
go ahead
showing
and,
real quick how to export this the right way?
yep, export it and load it into
Cool.
Piano Marvel.
So you want to just go File, Export.
Do you have to save it
Then
first so it has a name?
well, you should definitely be saving all along. I didn't know if you wanted me to
I
say
once
that or
put
not.
16 hours in of work and forgot to save, and I lost it all.
Yeah, saving is just
Save
like
awesome.
undoing. You
Yeah,
definitely need to
save
be
often.
doing, you know how to do the shortcut as much as possible. So joy to the world. We'll just save it. Okay, so now back to exporting. You'll go File, Export, and you will need to do two things for Piano Marvel. You need to do export the MIDI, and you can just leave the default thing selected for MIDI. And then it's going to ask you, where do you want to do it? I'm just doing it in the default place. And then you need to do the music XML. So we'll go to music XML.
So the difference is
And
the music XML is the picture, and the MIDI is the sound. That's why you need both of those.
yes, and I think you could probably just keep it like this. I just have a habit of always doing
Uncompressed.
uncompressed, but you could just leave it how it is and then just press export.
I usually leave mine as compressed, but I have found it
Yeah,
doesn't matter anymore in Piano Marvel.
indeed. So then you just go over to Piano Marvel, you click this little, when you're in the library, you click this upload button, and it's going to open up that page we saw Aaron showing us earlier. And once it loads here, you'll just want to click the
At the
the
bottom,
upload new songs button.
looks like you got
So
a
then,
bunch of songs.
yes, I've definitely uploaded a lot.
So you just fill all this out. Composer is arranged by Josh Mills. Nice. I would say that's a level 2, maybe.
And the speed, we had it at 120 in MuseScore. You can figure
Works
that
for
out with a
me.
metronome yourself.
You can always change it later.
You can always change it, yeah, so it's always good. This can be a holiday piece. So all these things that I've selected you have to have, or else it's going to give you a warning. So make sure you do all these things. And then it's just going to ask you for the two files that you just made. So you can go to your recent places, and
This may be the hardest things to remember where you saved them.
it is the hardest part. But that's why I use that recent button. It saves me all the time. You just go down here in front of Mac, and it shows you your recent thing, and so I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's beautiful.
Now
Now
I
I'll
can
just click
see
save.
you have options there to add a PDF, a thumbnail, and a video.
Yes,
Should we
this
just
is
leave
where you
those
would
blank
add
for
that
now?
PDF. If I mean, adding a PDF is just it's just the same thing. You just literally say
Export as a
PDF
PDF.
image. So if you wanted to
Yeah.
do all that kind of stuff, very
You might as
simple.
well. You might as well.
Maybe we
Well,
should then. Yeah, let's
it's
just do it.
super easy.
PDF. Who knows what a DPI is? I'm sure someone in here does, and I think Anne might know if anyone in here knows. But anyways, so DPI PDF. I mean, here's the PDF. We'll press save, and
Okay.
now it's ready to go. So we press
I
close.
think it's done. Well, you actually, before you do that, Josh, can you go to the view it just to make sure it worked? Like go back to
Yeah.
the uploads and click on the little view button.
Yeah, so I have a lot, so it's probably best for me to do just a search here. So joy to the world. And we'll press
There it is, the
view.
eyeball. And this is where you can just test it, make sure it all works. It looks
So,
good
yeah.
to me. You'd want to test the play button and make sure you can get a score on it and everything.
Do you want me to do that real quick or nah?
No, I think we are just going to trust that it works for this purpose, but I'm just talking about everybody who's watching this.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So then at this point, we just want to do kind of what you
Share.
showed us earlier, which is go to this share button, submit it to the Christmas challenge.
And submit.
Submit.
Okay, now while you're there, um, I'm gonna actually take over the screen, and I'm gonna get you a golden ticket. Actually, I gotta make it available to the world by accepting that, and then I'll get a golden ticket, and then we'll start. We'll give people like 5 minutes or so to try to pass it off, and we'll count the golden tickets you get. Ready? All right.
Let's do it.
So taking over the screen. Um, can you stop sharing yours? I think. There we
Yep.
go. Let me share mine, and let's go to Christmas, awaiting approval, and we should see on the very top. Oh, joy to the world, Josh Mills on the very bottom. Approve. I'll just say, great job, Josh. And I'll say something nice, unless
That's
we
great
don't
for my
approve it.
ego. Thank you.
I mean, reasons we might not approve it is we try it and it's like messed up or doesn't work. So we'll give you some feedback like, hey, fix this before we approve it, and then resubmit it. All right, but now let's go back to the library. I'm going to refresh this, and I'm going to get Josh's first golden ticket. So we'll click on that, unless somebody's already done it. Somebody may have already done it.
1, 2, set, go.
And I got 100%.
Nice
And
job.
I got a golden ticket. Okay, let's take a look and see how many people have played Josh's song already. Did anybody beat me? Josh, we have to go to the leaderboard, and in the leaderboard you go to user songs, and I'm gonna do a search for Josh. I think you can just do a Control F and then type Josh M. You wrote this one. Do I hear Santa? Oh, that one's hilarious. I love that one. Joy to the world. Look at that, Josh. 3 people have already done it.
Wow.
So as he'll get more plays, then that will move up on the leaderboard. And so I would share this with a lot of people. Just share it with your friends and say, hey, go learn my song. I'm trying to get more views on it. And it becomes a project that actually teaches a ton, and keep it super, super simple. I had this really fun story with my daughter. She had never written a song before. The first time I said, hey, Miley, do you want to write a song? And she's like, I don't know how. And I said, well, first of all, you need to just make it up first, and then I will help teach you how to put it into some notation software. And so we did that. And I want to share with you just what happened, and I'll show you the process. So the process was she was playing a song that inspired her. And she's like, I like the sound of this. And so she started copying the sound and doing her own type of arrangement of this. And I think she was 13 at the time when she did this. Let's go ahead and share this so you can see the song. All right, first of all, this was the song that she learned. It was a popular song that is played, yeah, I think it was a movie song. And so she learned the song. And you'll see how this inspired her song. Okay, so that was the song that she learned that inspired this next song. And so she decided the next year to write her own song, and this was it. She called it Things Change. Okay, so that was a super fun project, and it's actually one of my favorite experiences teaching, watching a student take what they have created and then just play it all the time. They love it, and then play it for friends, and the other friends say, "Hey, you wrote that? I want to write one too." So it inspires other people. It would be my desire that more people wrote music because it inspires other people to be creative and write music. But it's not just for the sake of writing it. I think it's for the sake of sharing it. You share a part of yourself that gives others joy. And so now, how does Miley share this in the Christmas contest? I'm going to go into login as a student and just get Miley. Okay, so we're going to come over here to her account, and I'm going to click the upload button. And there is her song. She uploaded this. She just clicked on the upload, uploaded the song, and then I'm going to click on the share button, and we're going to submit this to the Christmas challenge. If you want a copy of her song, the admin then would have to go in and do a search. Actually, let's look for Christmas contest awaiting approval. And we do make sure that this doesn't violate copyright. Let's see, things change. It's right on top. I'm going to approve her song. And let's see if it actually worked. So, is it available to everybody in the world? You guys can go check on your devices. Let's see. I'm going to refresh this here. Let's go back to my account. And saved logins. So if I go to that user uploaded bundle, I'm hoping that it's available for free for everyone. There it is. Things changed. Wait, there's Elodie.
There.
Nice. Elodie, can I show people your song that you shared with me? Would that
Yeah.
embarrass you? No? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Tell me, what was the name of your song?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Okay, and there it is. You first of all don't have a thumbnail. I really wish you'd get a fun thumbnail of this song. So it would have a picture of some Halloween thing around that. The second thing I notice is your music is scrunched up, um, but the form of your music, the theme comes back. This really cool theme here. It's in 4 bar, like easy to follow phrases. They feel exciting. I love the accompaniment. I love the spookiness of it. You guys probably want to hear it, huh?
1, 2, set, go.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Awesome.
And Aaron, to clarify, she's
Awesome.
9.
What's that?
To clarify, she's 9 years old, not 7.
Oh, none. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I hope I didn't offend you.
Not at all. I just don't want to. Yep.
But that's still impressive. That was a really good question. Like I'm sure a lot of teachers got to see this and they're thinking, "Oh, I could give you some recommendations on what to do." But sometimes I like to not even give a lot of feedback on that because it is already so good. We just let you move on to the next one, and the next one it tends to just kind of get better and better and better because you just get better by doing the project. Um, One thing that I think would add to that was like a spooky background, maybe some drums in there, or some kind of background instrument that would make it sound fun. You probably don't know how to do that, huh? But if you go through the that print off, you click on that little PDF that I showed you. I think it's in step two where it shows you how to do the backing tracks. Maybe watch that and then go in and add a drum part. Just, or you can create a new song and add a drum part to that. That would make it even better. But exceptional work though. You're a very talented composer. Can't wait to see your next stuff. Let's say now we've learned the basics of notation. We've got that hurdle out of the way. Now you're looking at trying to do something a little creative. Um, Improvising is a very tricky thing, and you could spend years just learning how to improvise. Um, but as far as students go, maybe one of the best things you can do for them is to have them play lots and lots of music. Maybe have them go in and just play through other people's Christmas songs. And then when they find something they like, then learn to copy it. So you copy other people's music. In fact, I heard, um, was it George Gershwin said the best composers are the best thieves. They, they've learned how to copy and emulate. In fact, isn't that what music is? And language is we listen and we learn to emulate other people and other sounds. And so how do you take a song and emulate it? The first step, I believe, is just doing what Josh did. It's like you know the tune, and now you just get on the keyboard and you start finding out where those notes are. When you get to the next step, which is chords, it's basically you have to just kind of play a chord in the left hand and then come up with a melody in the right hand. And you might just take a regular chord progression of like the 1, okay, so this chord progression is the C chord, the A chord, the D chord, and the G chord. Now, I can take that same chord progression and just make up some different notes. And I might just play and then you just keep making something up. The next step is just patterns in those chords. So and you can do an arpeggiated one, or you can do a and this becomes the fun part. You just sit and experiment. You play around and you play around and play around until you find some sound you like. And this will be very different for more advanced players because they've listened to more songs. So the more songs you've listened to, the more ideas that you'll have, and you can just start saying, oh, and sometimes you'll just play something that you don't know you've heard, and it'll just be something that you've heard somewhere, and it'll just come out, and you'll be like, oh, I really like that. And then you start being creative with maybe some different chords. This is not really an innovation webinar, so we won't get too deep into that. But now that you have the tools to put your music on paper, then we want you to go ahead and create a song and then upload that song as this next step into Piano Marble. It doesn't have to be a Christmas song. Like Miley's Things Change wasn't necessarily Christmas, so anybody could play it for a Christmas recital. Thanks for watching the Songwriting Webinar, and remember, all of the resources you need will be in the link of the description. And don't forget, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Good luck, and I look forward to seeing your compositions.